Luke Bouchard here, and this is today's Forgiveness Declaration Draw and Reading. Number 52. I forgive myself for believing that peace is possible without God. And I'm just warning you, this is a bit of a doozy one today. So, my reduction. Everything we do, from pursuing our careers to finding that special someone to saving for retirement, is done to establish a solid foundation for us to rest upon. We think that these efforts will make us happy and bring us serenity. Furthermore, we hope and pray that when the adverse winds of fate blow in, our base will hold fast and keep us from being cast off into the dark and unambiguous world. But unfortunately, these efforts are for naught. Our happiness does not come from our ability to control the future by flying from situation to situation, looking for shelter from the impending storm. It comes from knowing where our peace lies, and that is with God. Anything else we do will continue to keep us living in fear, a life of isolation and fear. And here's the quote from the course that I chose to take to add this. Seek you no further. You will not find peace except the peace of God. Accept this fact and save yourself the agony of yet more bitter disappointments, bleak despair, and sense of icy hopelessness and doubt. Seek you no further. There is nothing else for you to find except the peace of God, unless you seek for misery and pain. Well, isn't this a breath of fresh air? But, seek no further, seek you no further. There's nothing else for you to find except peace and the peace of God, unless you seek misery and pain. So, what more is to say on this declaration in this reduction? Just that we think peace is comes from efforting. We think our happiness and salvation comes from doing. That we try and establish ourselves to make the world a safer place. So we do things, we effort, and we're human doers, not human beings. And so it's all about this need to establish ourselves and whatnot. And it just speaks to our lack of faith in God's plan, and also where our salvation lies. If we have to make it happen ourselves, we believe we're responsible for our salvation, and that's not our job. Our job is pretty simple, is to reconnect with God and remember that we never left in the first place, that this is a dream, and that no amount of efforting will actually hold our place in heaven, or that we will be secure. It's not the efforting, and it's the efforting that is the domain of the ego that wants us to take action and is constantly adding doubt to our world as to why things are not going the way they are or they should be, and all the judgments that the ego wants us to do, and the hate of ourselves, and the judging of ourselves, and just the misery that comes with it, and pain, as this quote says. So our peace, is going to be elusive if we don't actually set an intention every day when we get up as to how we want the day to look. And that is something I've been doing for going on 3 years, I'm sure. It's been well over 2, if not more than 3. But it's every day I get up and say, what is my spiritual goal? What is my holy aspiration today? And that is, it's to have the peace of God. And if you don't set that intention, how do you know if you have a good day? How do you know you've had a successful day? And how do you come back to your center and find peace when you've lost it if you haven't set the intention of having peace for the day? This image, pretty pleased with this image. I really like it. It's this dragonfly that so it's still long enough for me able to shoot it. Well, with the camera, not with, anyway. And it's like the dragonfly is always moving and always looking for a place to perch. And that's why I thought it is, accurate or befitting for this particular declaration. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope it served you. I hope it brought you some clarity, and peace is only possible when we connect with God and come into our center. And if you're not having peace, and if you find that this card was drawn because you don't have a lot of peace in your life, then you have only one question to ask yourself: is, do you want to have peace now? Because if you don't do it now, when will you? You're going to wait till later to have peace? Well, you can, go ahead. But peace is achieved through forgiving whatever is bothering you, whatever transgressions have been made against you, and to ask to see it differently. It has worked so much in my life to ask to see it differently on a regular basis. I am sold. All right. God bless, and until the next declaration.